She smashed the ceiling with a hammer, like she was unleashing all her anger. A few wasps came flying out from the hole. Right then, her husband walked in, still completely unaware of what was going on. Moments later, a giant wasp nest dropped to the floor. The wasps swarmed the entire room. They had no choice but to run out of the house. That evening, her husband had invited guests over, but they had to cancel the dinner party. He was furious. He had told her how important this event was to him, and he couldn't understand why she would do something like this. But Heather knew. Their marriage was already over. She had told him about the wasp problem before, but he never cared enough to deal with it. And the reason they never had kids was because every time she was ovulating, he'd conveniently find an excuse to be away from home. So Heather made a decision. She reached out to Carla, a classmate from middle school she hadn't seen in years. Carla had always been a cold-hearted girl. She once even killed an injured pigeon by smashing it with a rock. Still, when Carla got Heather's message, she didn't agree to meet right away. After all, they hadn't spoken since graduation, but Heather promised she wouldn't regret it. So the next day, Carla showed up at the cafe as agreed. When Heather saw Carla's pregnant belly, she looked completely shocked, but Carla was clearly annoyed. Heather still hadn't gotten to the point. Carla stood up and said she needed to get to work. Heather quickly pulled her aside, to somewhere more private. She told Carla her husband might be cheating. He'd been emailing a woman for 2 years, but that woman was actually Heather herself. She had created a fake identity, just to track his movements. Carla didn't get why any of this involved her. She turned to leave, but Heather wasn't done. She showed up at Carla's workplace, brought up the pigeon incident from years ago, and told her she had 10,000 pounds in cash in her bag. Told Carla to meet her outside in a bit. When Carla arrived, Heather finally told her the real reason she had asked her to come.
Я хочу, чтобы ты убила Саймона.
Чё?